As we're flying through 2025, summer is approaching really fast, and going into summer, this could either be the summer where you change your life, or it just becomes another summer that you kind of just go through. Time flies by, and then school starts again, or work starts again, and next thing you know, the whole summer has passed you, and you didn't really do much, right? But I want to challenge you to make summer 2025 the summer that changes your life forever. And it really comes down to starting 5 habits that will empower you and give infinite returns on your invested time now throughout your life. The first one being investing daily or weekly. And even if it's just $5 a day, it's important to start building the habit of investing while you're young. The younger, the better. This could be into your Roth IRA, a regular brokerage account, or anything, or even putting it into your high yield savings account. And what doing this teaches you is putting money away now that you could spend the same day going out with your friends for a coffee or eating out. It's about sacrificing that money that you could spend now so it has a greater value tomorrow. It really builds into the whole idea of discipline that you have to delay gratification to receive more in the end. And you're not only doing this to learn this lesson, but at the end, you're also paying yourself in the long term. Whenever you have kids, you're going to be grateful that you can afford to send them to school, or when it comes time to retire, you're going to be able to retire carefree. And this all starts with building the habit of investing daily, weekly, whatever time frame it is. Ideally, I do both daily and weekly. But just start investing this summer. If it's the only habit you can do, start investing. Next one is having a fitness routine. And a lot of people travel during the summer and they get caught up in drinking. But it's very important to also take care of your health and your body. And it's not just about having a fitness routine. I'm sure anyone has seen like the unrealistic Arnold split where he'd go do 12 sets of chest in one day, or some crazy Chris Heria workout where you do 4 circuits of 100 push-ups, 50 pull-ups. Do something that's attainable for you based on where you are right now, something that you can be consistent with, whether you decide to work out 3 times a week, 4 times a week, 5, even 6 times a week. Set a consistency level that you want to maintain and challenge yourself to maintain it for those 3 months of summer. Because believe it or not, a lot of progress can be made in those 90 days. It could be the difference between having a beer belly right now and having abs by the end of summer. It's all about having the mindset and the consistency to be there and show up for yourself, right? And like I said, it doesn't even have to be weightlifting. It could be running. It could be playing a sport. It could be anything. The important part is to make your body work for it. Sweat, go out there, do something that makes you feel good. Looking good is amazing, but it's even more important to feel good, because at the end of the day, the way you perform in day-to-day life is a direct cause of how you feel throughout the day, right? Even this summer when I'm traveling, I'm going to be going to Bulgaria, I'm going to be going to Amsterdam, Budapest. I still am going to try to lift. I might not have access to a gym, that's fine. I'll switch my workouts to what I can do there. For example, in Europe, calisthenics is very popular, so I'll be doing my dips, my push-ups, my pull-ups. And this is how I'll get my workouts. On some days, I'll go play soccer or I'll go running. And it's not about being perfect and having the craziest routine. It's about building the consistency and teaching yourself that you need to take care of your health starting from an early age. The third habit is daily learning, right? It's one thing to build your wealth, one thing to build your body and health, but it's even more important to build your mindset and your mental strength, right? And this could be anything. It's important to learn, but it doesn't have to be a specific thing. You don't have to reading a college textbook, for example. You could choose your method of learning. You could read a book, you could listen to a podcast, watch a YouTube video about something you're interested in, or take a course. Even now, there's plenty of interesting courses that various websites will have. You could even find Google offered courses or Amazon offered courses, even courses on AI. The important thing is to nurture this passion of learning, because at the end of the day, when school ends, learning doesn't end there. You learn throughout your whole life, whether you know it or not. You're constantly learning from people, and there's no better feeling than learning for something that you have a passion for. For me, that's personal finance and fitness. For you, it could be anything. It could be how to color in the lines, or how to get better, or how to work on your car. The important thing is to stay hungry and keep feeding yourself with new information. Now, I personally also really like reading, so some books I'll recommend are Atomic Habits, Rich Dad Poor Dad, and How to Win Friends and Influence People. These are all amazing books that I plan on rereading again and again, because I believe there's so much value in them that you just cannot get all of it through the first time you read it, right? And just like anything, knowledge compounds over time, and who knows what returns it will bring you over your whole life. Next one is to journal or habit track. I do a mix of both. I have my journal where I could do both. I could talk about my day, if something made me feel uneasy, or if I'm feeling upset about something, or I have a lot of pent up emotions. It's a really good place to release all that so it doesn't stay trapped in me. It's a really good outlet that I like to use. It feels very therapeutic to write your thoughts out. And I'd even argue that it helps me sleep better at night. Like, if I write right now and I go to sleep, I'll be able to sleep better because I don't have to think of all these things that are flowing through my head that have been built up throughout the whole day. And habit tracking is super important because we're talking about habits, right? There's no way to know when did you show up, when did you skip, unless you track it. It doesn't have to be some crazy tracker. I personally just do 4 columns and just color in the boxes as I do them. Some of them are really light, so you can't really see. I've been slacking on my reading recently, and I need to log back in on that. But having this mindset to journal and keep track of what you've done will help drive you in the right direction to achieve your goals. Next is being mindful and being aware that during the summer, people tend to spend a lot of time on their devices, right? Whether it's binge watching Netflix, whether it's scrolling through TikTok, watching movies, or playing video games. That's the number one way to waste your summer. I've always had this story stick with me from my brother's friend who told me that he spent the entire summer playing Halo and he never got that summer back. And there was other kids in his class who went on summer vacations. Even if they didn't go on vacations, they went out with other kids in the neighborhood. They played at the parks. And he really regrets doing this because those are valuable childhood memories that he could have had and made, but instead he chose it to spend this time playing video games, which at the end didn't bring him much. Sure, he got some entertainment short term, but at one point, the utility you can get from a video game just dies off. It doesn't make sense anymore. So some ways I plan on doing this is by limiting my social media use. This includes Instagram, YouTube. Those are like the main social medias I use. Keeping even like one habit that I really recommend if you have really bad struggles with your phone before or after waking up is to set the phone in a different room or put it really far away from you. And then if we want to focus on learning, we should carve out a time in our day where we're free from these distractions as much as possible, unless you're doing something where you're watching YouTube videos or you're maybe creating, then you need the technology. But if you could have an hour or 2 of your day where you just distance yourself from technology so you could really live in the moment, you could spend this time learning, working out, and doing all the other habits that we talked about, it'll be very freeing so you don't have to have this dependency on your phone to keep you going, right? And these are, again, 5 habits I truly think will change your life for the better. And these are habits that I plan on implementing in my summer, whether I'm in Austin, whether I'm in Bulgaria, wherever I will be. I always seek to better myself because if you get 1% better each day, you'll end the year 36% better. And if we think about it, if the stock market does 10% a year, we're really glad. So if you could improve yourself 36% year over year, you're doing amazing. And yeah, as I said, summer will come, summer will go really fast. So it's up to you. Do you want to waste your summer, or you're going to spend this summer improving yourself and chasing your dreams and goals? Thank you guys for watching. And as always, take care and have a great day.